Matt, first of all, needless to say, it's been quite a season for you. The awards are numerous. We'll get started just with finish second in the FedEx Cup standings. You led the money list for the first time in your career, and also you'll win the Byron Nelson Award for lowest adjusted scoring average. Just comment a little bit on the type of season that you've had and just what your thoughts are.
It is so exciting. I feel like I'm back in college again. It feels like the college days when I had the great success at Georgia Tech, playing well in the Amateur Masters and the U.S. Open. To have these accolades is still hard for me to believe. I remember it was just a couple of years ago. I was back on the nationwide tour, hoping to get back out to the tour and try to keep my card. And you go from there to set goals like just make the top 30 and qualify for the Tour Championship. So this year, going in as the leading point winner, going into the Tour Championship, going into Tour Championship rank number one was hard to believe. Still finished second, which is just a awesome accomplishment. I was so glad just to have finally qualified. Hard to believe I finished second, and to think that I also captured the money title and the scoring average title is really amazing. I still find it hard to believe.
And it's really, Matt, been a steady progression for you really since the 2007 season. You've moved from 115th to 70th to 24th and now to first on the money list. Is there any one particular thing that you can point to for that steady growth?
I'd have to point to Chris O'Connell, my instructor. We got together in 2006 when I was on the nationwide tour. Every year that we worked together, I've gotten better. I made my way out onto the PGA Tour after that 06 year on the nationwide tour, finished 10th on the nationwide, and qualified to get out on the PGA Tour in 2007. And like you said, every year has gotten better, been a steady progression. So a lot of credit goes to Chris O'Connell. He's probably doing a lot of places, but he has definitely made me a better golfer. And I'm excited about trying to continue on this progression next year. There's not a whole lot of room for improvement as far as the stats are concerned, but in the game of golf, there's so many areas to get better, and no matter how well you finish, there's so much room for improvement. That's kind of one of the things I love about the game is you never master it, you never get it, but there's always room to get better.
All right, thank you, and we'll now open it up to questions from the media.
Certainly. We will now have the question and answer session. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, press star followed by 1. To remove your question, press star followed by 2. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, press star followed by 1. Our first question comes from the line of Bob Herring with ESPN.com. You may proceed.
Thank you. Thanks for your time today, Matt. Congratulations on the great year.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bob.
You kind of hinted at it there a minute ago in your opening comments that, it's kind of tough to improve stats-wise, but, what do you do looking forward to next year for an encore? Is it maybe just get in contention more, although you were in contention a lot? Are there some things that you can focus in on in the off-season?
The majors is kind of, I think, the next progression is to contend more in the majors. This year I had a nice finish at the U.S. Open, I think tied for 6th, and then PGA was leader after 36 holes, and there was a good chance to win. So there were a couple opportunities, but I'd like to continue that trend. I'd like to see myself really battling down the stretch in major championships. But I think, like I said earlier, the greatest thing about the game of golf is the challenge it brings. And there's always room to get better. This year, the awards amazed me with leading money winner and leading stroke average. It's really hard to top that. But I know that there's room for improvement in the game. I know that I can get better, and I'll look forward to that. And I'll look forward to this offseason. I'll start basically my spring training. We'll come up pretty soon and look at ways to improve. Look at where I can get better. And then there's certainly a lot of room in the ball striking areas. With Brittany's help, I think we'll be able to make some improvements. I think add some distance, add some consistency. I don't think a single guy out there is that he's going to hit it a little better. And then the same thing goes with putting and chipping and short game. There's always room to get better with your game around the green. And so I think there's